Yes.
Okay, give me just one moment. He is ready. I'm going to transfer you over.
So which one is it? Is it Mr. Chambers or Mr. Rendon?
Mr. Chambers?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Join Smart Financial's Chief Experience Officer for Smart Conversation at your local branch. We invite you to come share your experience with us as we discuss company initiatives and goals. This is a great opportunity to ask questions, share your thoughts and concerns, and engage with your credit union. Be on the lookout for an email invitation to your local branch's upcoming meetings. We appreciate your patience as we provide other member owners with the same personalized service we will offer you. Smart Financial, you speaking with Reginald? How can I assist?
Hello, Mr. Chambers. My name is Karen White. I am calling you to deliver some news to you about a loan that you originated. Um, the loan is between Jap Consulting and Fisherman's Cove with the tiny homes. I own five of the cabins that you guys are holding as collateral, and they were illegally put on the loan 11 months, their loan 11 months after I purchased the cabins. So I have been subpoenaed to a grand jury about these cabins because William Mitchell has sold them 4 or 5 particular times. And so my husband and I have spent 250,000 in down payments and mortgage payments. I've made 14 mortgage payments since I've been having these cabins since like 2020 for the last 3 years. And so Mr. Mitchell introduced me to a investment firm that would mortgage like a chattel loan to me. And they're working together now to try and take these cabins from me. And then Mr. Mitchell was arrested for, well, I ended up filing charges on him, but he was arrested for a previous purchase in 2016 of the cabins. So now, I don't think you guys know this. I don't know, but I know the investigator for the DA has subpoenaed me to go before the grand jury about this situation. They're trying to do a federal case against him um, for producing multiple titles, stealing money. He stole 250,000 of our. You got to excuse me. This is kind of emotional, you know. He's stolen 250,000 from me and my husband, and we lost our home. We had to shut our business down, and now we moved our business somewhere else, and then we have to shut it down again, you know. And so now we're forced to live in these cabins, and they called the cops on us so many times. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, Mr. Chambers. Um, because we're African American, and they're all of of Anglo-Saxon descent, they have been coming against us. But I know that God will prevail, and something just told me to call you and let you know what is happening. Because before he used these cabins as he used 10 cabins as collateral, none of these people around here know he did this. So until I get finished with my case, then I will inform the other people. But my husband and I have placed a less pendants against the land because they used 5 cabins that we've spent so much money on. It's like it's ours. How does he go and do it? And then he took the a cabin 205 that is on there that we clearly are paying a mortgage on, and he sold it for cash to a woman. And the only way we found out is that we live here, so we see we're just like, who's this going in and out our cabin, you know? And so we had a neighbor take a picture of the lady, and so I even have him on a recorder telling him, asking him, how is this woman in my cabin without our permission? We took our cabins from you. And he says, I did it illegally. I got him saying that on a recorder. He said, I did it illegally, and I know I may go to jail. And I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you? I mean, and he's just, it's like he was giving us fake rent, And this woman had bought it months, like 4 or 5 months earlier. And so this woman is now, she's out of 75,000 because the cabin, we showed her our mortgages, we showed her our closing documents, we showed her our DocuSigns, and she was devastated. She gave him cash. And so he tells us he's, I'm
so
sorry.
they sold the cabin that you all own
Yes. To
to
another, to
someone
another
else.
lady. I know of her because she have multiple cabins here as well, and she's a Hispanic lady. And she said, Karen, he tried to sell me all your cabins. I was like, what? We were living in Richmond, and so
Hmm.
we would go 6 months without a payment on the cabins, and we're like, where's our statement? Where's our rent? Where is our portion of the rent? So he's stolen rent from us. It's a mess. That's the best way I can put it. And so I filed charges. I went down, me and her both, and we filed charges on him. And so the DA called me, the investigator for the DA called me, and he says we want him on putting your properties on a loan after you've mortgaged them, after you bought them. And then he turned around and put them on the loan. That's what we want him for. They said, the other stuff, if he paid the lady back or they got something, sorted out, then I'm not at a loss. The lady is, the other lady. But they're coming after him because he put it on your loan. And so they're coming hard, and he's called the cops on me and my husband 3 times,
Okay.
and he told me and my husband that he would take those cabins off your loan and substitute. Oh, Karen, I have a substitute coming in place where I got other cabins. I'm going to take yours off. It's too late. He've already
Yeah.
committed the fraud. And if you want, you give me an email, I'll send you all my mortgage documents to show you that I gave him money. I gave him $85,000 down. 85,000 down. And
Hmm.
so on the cabins. And he wants to pretend like, oh, wait a minute, you didn't buy them from me. Who else I bought them from?
Who?
I mean, like you brought the mortgage guy, but now I'm gonna tell you his game. He gets us people in here. He have them purchase because he never wanted to sell them. He needed cash money. He just want the cash for him and his family. And then he try to force you out, or he wear you down so much with all this confusion that people just walk away. There's so many people just walked away from their cabins because he's just wearing them out. I mean, people are getting ill. People are like, I can't come back over there. My kids are going to do something to him. I done heard 20 different complaints from people. And I said, you know what? Thank God that I have been in real estate most of my life and in the financial industry most of my life, because I am battling this man. I am fighting him. He is going to go to jail. I'm not going to give up. And so what he's doing is he gets you here, wear you down, and then like the
Yeah.
mortgage company is his friend that we mortgaged our cabins with. And so he's waiting for me to default so he could buy them from his friend. And so
Yeah.
you've already we're in court. He got arrested for the cabins, so I don't even own them now. It's like I don't even own them. I'm going to lose on everything I put down on these cabins because somebody else has the rights to them. And so if he's producing multiple titles, then he's really in trouble. And I just say God has given us the resilience, my husband and I, and thank God we're articulate. And when the officers show up, from, oh, she threatened me, oh, she hit me in the stomach with a door, they've just been making all kind of false accusations about me and my husband here to get us off and to try to build a negative case or picture, a negative picture of us. But he is stealing people's cabin outright. He's stealing them,
Okay.
and I don't know what to do, but call everybody who name I see and try and inform them that
Right.
that,
Right. I,
that I'm
and
sorry,
you found out about Smart Financial because
because he's on.
he.
I looked at the court documents. I found
Okay.
everything that's listed. Anything. I mean, I'm a researcher, you know,
Uh huh.
and when it comes to real estate, you can't miss me on much of anything because I'm a developer, and so they thought that I was just some little,
You
just
just
a
got a back down.
consumer.
Yeah.
just a regular consumer. I'm not a regular consumer. First off, I'm a
Right.
woman of God. I know
Mm-hmm.
God gives me power to to fight these spirits and these demons. You know, and let me tell you, it's some demons down here. And me and my husband are standing strong. We may not have a lot of money, but we have strong spirits. And I just said, you know what? I just have to call. I have to just call and let them know because I know they don't know. Um,
We sure don't. I'm going to go right down and talk to my credit officer.
yes,
And now Brenda has provided me with a phone number of 281-865-6956.
yes, that's me,
That's
Karen.
your
Karen,
direct number? Okay.
Karen White. And if you look up in the county, we put a less pendants on the land because
Mm-hmm.
we have no other way to fight. It's like I know that if you put a less pendants on the land, the bank is going to force their hand at doing something.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking how he lies and manipulates these people. Then he brought someone in the other day. He told us he was going to give us a cabin, and he gives my husband the cabin, then calls the police on my husband, and have some man walk in there and say he's the owner. And so when the officers come in and my husband is showing him paperwork like this, that, the officer gets so upset and he goes in and he has a talk with them, and he comes out and tell my husband, we're just gonna they want to drop everything. The guy comes out and say, oh no, I'm just the manager he just hired. And he was like, why did you tell me you were the owner? And so the officer was so mad, and it's one of the cabins that's on your loan. Like all of those cabins are owned by somebody. I know the people, I see the people, I'm talking to the people. He has the 10 loans, they belong to someone else. Bill does not own any cabins in this community at all. Zero. My ex-husband purchased the cabin and turned it over to us. So Chris Wilson, which is a 111, I'm 111, I'm 116. I have 203, 205, 203, 204, and 205. And I have all the loan documents, even for my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to let y'all
Wow.
know.
This is definitely a surprise and
Yes,
unexpected
yes.
practice I wouldn't have never imagined.
Me neither. But he said he's been doing this to people for 20 years. He's been a timeshare tiny home seller for 20 years. He was in timeshare first. And he thinks he knows the laws, and he think he's untouchable. And so when I open my Bible, God tells me different. And so I'm going to stand by that. But what I'm going to do is legal. What I'm going to do is going to all be right. I'm not going to do nothing that's not upstanding. And so they're not used to people like us. They're all
Right.
crooks. So now they're
Right.
running
Right.
around here going, oh, they're crazy. It's some crazy black people over here stealing cabins. I'm like, what? Okay, God. God is gonna straighten all that out. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
all come out in the wash. But this is why I'm calling you, because I'm like, I don't know if they know, and I'm surprised the DA hadn't said anything to you guys. I'm surprised because I can
Yeah.
send you
Not to my knowledge.
I can send you my subpoena. They sent it to me the other day. And it's not even on my case. I'm thinking it's my case. It's the case before me that he got arrested
Yeah.
on. And he was arrested last September, August, September. He was arrested for hindering a secured creditor. How could it be a secured creditor already on these cabins? And
Mm-hmm.
so now I got to figure out what I got to do. Like, I can't do
Right.
nothing to these people because they purchased before me you know and so, or they're holding the titles, and then my mortgage company say they have the titles, and then I don't know if you guys have titles. If he's producing titles, um
Yeah.
oh well, yeah, he's in a
Yeah.
lot of trouble. And I can give you the investigator's phone number. He told me I could give it to anybody that need to talk to him on these
Mm-hmm.
cabins. So it's just
Um. Yes.
okay. Hold on, let me get his
Yes,
phone
please.
number. Get his phone number right now. Because he definitely served me. And
Wow.
and it
It's
shocked me.
mind-boggling.
Yes, it is. It is very. His name is Jason Salter.
Can you spell the last name for me?
Salter. And so,
Salter. Okay.
His phone number is 936-672-1053. And I don't think. I'm sorry.
And who is this investigator with?
He's a Montgomery County's DA's investigator. He's the investigator for the DA of Montgomery County.
Okay.
And I don't know even if Mr. John knows. Like, he's kept him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here wondering.
I don't think he's talked to him. But I can send you guys have the loan documents, but I can send you my personal loan documents so that you can see that I purchased these cabins way before, 11 months before you guys did this loan. And so I don't even think John knows that he did this, to be honest. And the sad part is John is wrapped up in it now too, because he's on the loan as well. You know, I don't know if they can consider him an innocent party because he's stringing John along. He's stringing John along, calling us a nuisance, you know. And I'm just like, this is wild. I just have to go deeper.
So when you purchased yours, they produced titles to you secured by a bank also?
No. So what happened was he was owner financing for us. And once we got to a certain, once we paid it off, he'd give us our titles, right? So he come to us, he called, he said, hey, I can't hold the loans any longer. And he said, I have a friend that does the chattel type loans. And I said, okay. And I said, well, let us meet him. And he met us, ran our credit. He saw that we had excellent credit. And he says, okay, here's the interest rate. This is what we want to do. And we just negotiated, interest and payments and how long. I had 7 years, to pay my mortgage. Altogether, it was like, for the cabins, was like $4,300 a month, And so when I called them to tell them what was happening, it was like they wasn't, excited, or they weren't concerned. They was like, we don't know if it's you or him. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. He sold a cabin. You say you holding the so they're holding titles. He says we have the titles to those cabins, and I'm like, wait a minute. You're not upset that he sold one of the cabins? Oh well, we'll have our attorney call you. They never did that. I mean, so then I'm sending emails going, help, I need help. There's things happening down here. I need to tell you guys. I'm not paying anymore on these 2 cabins because they're on another case. Somebody else purchased them before I did. And so I purchased them before I mortgaged them. I started, the buying process in 2019, and I have all of my, deposits and cashier's checks and everything. And so, not cashier's check, we did wires. And so the guy just wasn't excited. And so what happened was, I go and I said, now I need to research this doggone mortgage company. I mean, the lender. Like, is something not right with them? And so they're from New York. And so I looked them up and I saw that from 2020, when they got their LLC, that they allowed it to go inactive. And I said, God, you're going to have to give me a sign. I know what to do, but I don't want to do it without, permission. And I opened my phone and something comes up. It was like a YouTube short. It says, purchase an inactive LLC and own the property in the LLC. And I was like, what? It was like, what? And so that's the only thing holding these people off, because I purchased that LLC, the name. And so they can't put me out. They can't come in, which is what they're trying to do, And so then they call me and they're calling me all these racial epithets. And I'm like, okay, y'all are so unprofessional, calling my husband a boy, and calling him a nigger and calling me one too. And I was like, wow. And it angered my husband, but he said, I'm going to keep my composure because God can't be nowhere where there's any sin. So I can't. So I have to stay in my posture, as a priest. And so they're just like, you can't steal our cabins. I'm like, they don't even know that these cabins are so wrapped up in so much legal stuff. Like, you don't own them either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can laugh about it now because they're fighting me and they should be fighting him. I thought it was going to be us against him But now he called us and like, yeah, they're gonna destroy y'all. Y'all gonna have to get out them cabins. And I'm like, Bill, you know how much we've spent and you know what we've done. Why are you doing this? Oh, it's y'all think y'all done something. Y'all think you guys what makes you think that you can take something from somebody? Take something. Me and my husband have been here with everything. And so we just stopped. My husband said, I'm not pouring into his hand not another dime because he's a thief. He's stealing from people. He stole from us. He stole $75,000 from us, and was just leading us on, you know. And so that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot to soak in. I need to thank you for sharing this and reaching out to me. I need to inform my team, and I have your phone number in case they want to reach out to you and further discuss.
Yes, you look.
And also the investigator's number. Wow, this is something here.
Yes, it's overwhelming. But hey, I'm hanging in there, Mr. Chambers.
Yes, that's what I like to hear.
And so,
no weapon against me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
None. And me and my husband keeping our hands clean, because God requires that of us. My husband has been ministering to that man for 3 years, talking about, and he's like, I've never met a man that knows I stole from him, and you're keeping your posture. And my husband said, in my carnal life, I was a fighter. He said, but now I'm of God. I'm a man of God, so I fight in the spirit. And so we know that we will prevail. We just gonna keep trusting in God, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And the laws.
Sure.
And so, thank you so much for giving me your 20 minutes, Mr. Chambers.
Yes. Thank you again for reaching out. I'm going to run down to my credit officer and team right now to share this information. And I'll follow back up with you if we have any further questions, or need any further explanations, or just need to have any further dialogue. I'll definitely reach out.
I got whatever you need. I'll sure send it to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. White.
You're so welcome. Thank you for talking, for speaking to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.